for, the 2,000 yards and everything. So we want to make sure that we limit his activity. So.
That said, how much have they altered their offense with Derek in there to kind of get those two to play off each other?
Well, they're always using Lamar and his legs and running and everything. So it's just, I wouldn't say it's too much of a difference, but I think that obviously, there's going to be an emphasis on running as other teams have, played us and they'll say, hey, we're trying to run the ball, right? I think that's going to be an emphasis as well. And obviously, they know what, Derrick Henry is on track to do, so that maybe they're trying to push him a little bit more to do more of that. So I'm sure that we'll see much run, but, again, on third downs, they're a passing team.
So you had a plan for Derrick Henry with Tennessee. Can you use the same plan for Derrick Henry with Baltimore?
Well, no, because the quarterback's different. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I got you.
Complicates your job.
Yeah, it's not about, I don't think, any complications. I just think it's about, again, the emphasis is on stopping the run, stopping third downs, and that's what we have a plan to do.
Somehow it seems like Lamar has taken his game up to even another level this season. So just how well is he playing? What are you seeing on film this year?
Well, again, I mean, there's, when we say there's another level, it's just like, all right, like we didn't know it was another level, because he's been playing on such a great level, and a high level. So, I mean, he's using his feet. He's doing miraculous plays, extending plays, as all the great quarterbacks do. But I believe they have, 31 points a game right now, and they're number one. So, I mean, it's a challenge for us. But, again, Coach Schwartz has put a good plan together to be able to defend us. So.
Jeremiah, just thinking about the early years of your career, I mean, you've had so much responsibility in these matchups against the Ravens, going against Lamar. How has this helped shape these early years of your NFL career?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have a little bit more experience, with the Ravens and kind of like what their ideal is with Lamar and things like that. And that's kind of been the conversation in the LB room, and just kind of relaying to the guys, some of the things that I've seen and some of the things that maybe work better, with defending him and making sure you're not, being too anxious or too excited. Sometimes, the noise can get you, Lamar Jackson and things like that. But obviously, he's a great player, and we're looking forward to the task at hand Sunday, and it'll be an exciting one and an interesting one.
What about the tight end group? Obviously, you guys have had to consider Mark Andrews in the past, but when he got hurt last year, it seemed like Isaiah Likely really kind of burst onto the scene a little bit as well late in the year. So just what kind of challenges that can present?
Yeah, I mean, I think they like their wide receivers. They love the receivers, but the tight ends for sure. They love their tight ends. They use their tight ends in different ways, and each one has their unique thing. Especially Likely, he's kind of like can block, can receive, can run routes. He's a very versatile guy, all-around guy. So it'll be a challenge for us. But again, like our emphasis is to be able to stop those things. Especially on third downs and especially with the runs. So.
Jeremiah, with Jameis stepping into that starting role, he talked yesterday about how grateful he is to have that chance. With his personality and his leadership qualities, is he like maybe the perfect guy to take over a team that's really struggling like you guys are?
Oh, I think, Jameis has a great anchor mindset. Like, he wants to be the guy to be able to settle, teammates' disputes, anything that's going on. Anybody that's against the team, he's against them. He has a very ferocious and kind of, very headstrong in the way that he's able to use his words and use his energy to be able to communicate, his intentions. So I think a guy like that is perfect, not only for the team, but for the offense, for the fans, for everybody that's really in this organization. I think he is the perfect guy for that. So.
No, this is a team game, 3 phases to every game. So how difficult is it nowadays for the defense alone to win a game?
Say again?
How difficult is it nowadays for the defense alone to win a game?
I don't think that's an impossible task. I don't think the defense can win the game alone. I don't think we've ever had a mindset that the defense alone will win the game. Our task is just to do our job, and we are, whether it's on special teams, offense, defense, our task is to be able to do our 111 and look for the result to be a win. So that's the same thing we'll do here going forward, and that's what we're headed towards.
Did you say it's an impossible task?
Well, yes, it's an impossible task for the defense to win alone. It's a team sport. There's 3 phases of the game, and that's our emphasis is that there are three phases of the game, and And as long as each one of us do our duties, we'll end up with a win. So.
What do you draw on at 1-6 to give yourself the right mindset to go out there and play at the level you have to play at?
Well, again, it's almost like a one more mindset, right? Like we watched the video and the mental edge, and just just about understanding the situation that we're in, right? One more snap, one more day, one more second, 1 minute. We want to minimize, this kind of like long road of 10 more games and this more games, right? We kind of want to just put it in increments, right? Compartmentalize the things that we have to do in our tasks. So each day going forward will be the day that we focus on, and then when it comes to game day or it comes to Sunday, we have to make do with those things that we did during the week. So.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
What's up? What's up? Today Thursday? Thursday.
So, Jerry, if you don't mind starting with, that was kind of a frustrating game for you with Mike, and can you maybe just address you didn't get a target until the fourth quarter, and it just probably had to be kind of frustrating. So can you talk about how you felt during the game?
Yeah, it is frustrating, but football's an emotional sport. Things like that happen sometimes. You just gotta make sure you know how to control it. Yeah.
And what about the fact, when you say control it, we saw you throw the helmet into the bench. Is that just what happens in the course of a game sometimes, the heat of the moment? Is that something you would want to have back, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, of course. I want to have that back. They're showing that emotion, but I don't want to leave that emotion as well, because sometimes y'all see that and say like, oh, he's selfish, but that's just somebody who's passionate about the game, who works too hard throughout the week and year round to come out there on Sunday and perform to their best ability. So it'd be tough when you're not capable of doing that due to certain circumstance. But you got to be better on that. By showing y'all like I'm frustrated, I got to be better at that. But it is what
Have
it
you
is.
gotten any assurances by the coaches that you get more targets? The
Here's what?
coaches said we shouldn't let that happen again. The fact that you didn't get any targets till the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's not on the coaches. Like they call plays for me to get the ball. It'd be just a whole bunch of other stuff going on that we can't control. We could just do our job. So, they try their best to get me involved, get me the ball. But there's so much they could do and so much we could do. So. Yeah.
Go ahead, Scott. You okay. Jerry, we know Ken's going to be calling plays this week, so what are you anticipating changing with that, with Ken Dorsey calling plays and Kevin handing that over to him?
We're going to see how the week goes. You see what Coach Ken likes to do. So I can't really do nothing but do my job and run the routes that he calls for. So we're going to see how it goes.
Do you feel like you and Jameis have built up a chemistry to this point?
This is first week playing, but we've been, we had camp with each other, so we got a chance to do some routes on air and go against each other when we had a chance to. But I guess.
Do you see his excitement to have this chance out in practice? Whether it's yesterday practice or just being in the building?
Nah, he been on point and on go since he stepped foot in this building. James is the type of guy who's always ready, who always well prepared, and when his opportunity comes, he will be prepared. And, this week his opportunity, and we all gonna see Sunday.
Were there more missed opportunities last week than normal, Jerry? We saw situations earlier in the year where you were open and didn't get the ball. Were there more of those this past Sunday? Did that lead to the frustration?
Y'all watch the film?
Not all of it.
Y'all gotta watch all the films,
Not the
man.
same
Y'all gotta watch the film.
Not the same film you saw.
Y'all gotta watch the film.
So
The
there
film
were-
tells the whole story.
So you're saying there were?
They gotta watch the film.
Jerry, what do you feel about just this team is at 1-6, and I know that's not what you were expecting. You came here, you came to an 11-6 playoff team. So how are you processing being on a team where now you guys are just fighting to win a game?
It's very frustrating. It's very hard, but the only thing we could do is just take it day by day and put our and just keep working hard. Eventually we're gonna get to where we need to go. That's all we can do. Just keep working. And, we can't dwell on the past games. We got to focus on what's ahead of us, and that's Cincinnati. Not Cincinnati. Baltimore.
So
Jerry, you last year you were on that Denver team that started off badly, but you guys kind of got hot there in late October and November. How much can you draw on what happened to you guys a year ago that in this situation?
Like you said, we started off bad, but eventually we caught on and we started connecting. We got the good group of guys that we could do that with. So hopefully that will happen.
Baltimore's defense is 32nd ranked pass defense. Do you see opportunities there, even though they're 5 in a row?
Yeah, there's supposed to be opportunities every week.
Jerry, with Deshaun's season over, are you disappointed that you guys didn't get to do more together? That it never quite hit its stride?
Yeah, man, it's kind of sad. Just everything he's been through, and just having that injury is kind of tough for him. So I just wish my guy the best. Wish him a speedy recovery.
Jerry, we've been talking to you since training came about. It just seemed like you and Deshaun had such a natural connection. You guys seem to have some good chemistry. How can you make life easier for Jameis as he kind of transitions into that role to have developed a similar relationship with him and you guys get that same chemistry?
Basically doing the same thing I did with Deshaun, asking questions, see what he likes, see what he don't like, and just do my part on running routes and get open for him. That's all I could do for real.
When you talk about that frustration level, is there a way to channel that into a positive, whether it's during the game or when you get to the practice week?
When you get frustrated, when you're losing?
Yeah.
Shit, by winning, I guess.
You good?
We're good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thanks, Jerry.
He gets to ask if that's it.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's his most important
Chop
job.
sounds easy, Dad.
Well, Joel, you've been here for a quarterback change in 20s. What stands out about Jameis?
Oh, his energy. Even when he wasn't playing, he was very focused, very locked in. Always stuck to his routine. But his energy's been great. He's, he's absorbing the plan and getting us all on the same page and ready to go. He's a lot of experience. He was, the #1 pick at one point in his career, and he's been in this league, I think, going on 10 years. So it's a lot of experience back there, and I know he's excited to have a chance to go out there and play.
What about the change for Ken calling plays now and Kevin handing that over?
Yeah, Coach Dorsey, honestly, for we'll see, O-line, but we don't hear the plays in the helmet. You know what I mean? So I think for the quarterbacks, it's more of a change. It's been a pretty collaborative effort, I believe, in the offensive room anyway. But we'll just, block what's called and ready to go. I know, Jameis and Dorian are working through that with Dorsey.
Would you say Jameis is more of a pocket passer than Watson?
Yeah, he's probably more pro style, has some under center play action characteristics. He plays out of the gun too, but I would say he's more pocket passer than Deshaun was.
What does that mean for schematically? How things might look different offensively?
Yeah, I think we'll see for sure once we get out there. It's you can't change your whole offense, 1 week in the NFL, but I'm sure he'll do some things that he likes comparative to what Deshaun likes, and we'll see how that unfolds.
Joel, the line has changed on a daily, if not weekly basis. How hard has it been then to develop chemistry, cohesion, all the things you need to make this offense go when the line's had so much change?
Yeah, I think the best groups I've been with have been groups that play 5, maybe 6 guys max in a season. You can work with them in practice, you can work with them in the games, you understand their body language and how they work and how they set. There's so many angles and double teams. Everybody has the same calls type of thing, but different bodies, different people in there. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, with everything switching up. But we're starting to get guys back. Wyatt's working his way back, and Jack's, trying to get back out there, and Poe, battled back. So we're starting to work guys back in, and see what goes. And we've been, all year saying we just want to keep improving and try to be a positive for the offense.
You experienced the Flacco effect last year. Can you expect a Winston effect similar?
Yeah, I hope so. I think Flacco got 6 games, and we're at a pretty good point when he got in there. But we're trying to take one game at a time. We know we have a tough Baltimore team. These guys are good. They're playing really well right now. So it'll be a big challenge for us. But I know Jameis is going to be ready, and he'll be focused. He brings good energy, like I said, so we're excited to be out there with him.
When you talk about that energy, Joel, how important is that when you guys are 1-6 and struggling the way you are to have kind of that boost from your quarterback?
Yeah, he even coming in the game last week, I thought he brought some good huddle presence and just good understanding of what was going on and communicating with everybody. I hope the guys on the team take it 1 week at a time and are focused on the task at hand, because the NFL is a week by week basis, and you can't look too far ahead. But like I said, I think Jameis is ready to roll, and we're excited to have him.
It feels like you guys have been trying to find a spark offensively here, and just even when you have a little one, it doesn't seem to catch with any consistency. How hopeful are you that, whether it's the change in Ken calling plays or setting the circumstance aside, but Jameis coming in can maybe give you guys something that you just haven't been able to find?
Yeah, we're looking for something. I wish I had an answer. I wish I could be yeah, this is going to be our spark. But hopefully a combination of things and just guys executing and less self-inflicted harm, for us, penalties-wise and turnovers and things of that nature. But hopefully one of these things is a spark, and we have an answer, because our defense is playing pretty well right now, and they're still, giving us a chance in these games. And if we can come up and, do some things on offense, I think we'll have a chance to be competitive.
Joel, yesterday Kevin seemed downcast for him for a Wednesday in front of us. Are you getting that feeling this week from him?
No, I think he's locked in. He's businesslike. He truly, is trying to do what he thinks is best for the team, and that's where we're at right now. But I haven't seen it. He's a little bit more involved in like other things and like just game planning the whole time. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes throughout the week. But I haven't seen a real change from him.
Joel, I know Baltimore obviously usually has a really good front, but number one run defense this year they seem pretty formidable. Just what have you guys seen from them on tape?
Yeah, very good. I mean, they've been playing from ahead too, so teams have been having to pass the ball a little bit more. But I mean, those guys, they've all, they draft guys, they keep them in the system, and they develop these D tackles and D linemen and linebackers, and right now their guys are pretty formidable. So it's a tough test. Like they got big, strong, athletic guys inside, and we know it'll be a challenge. If you try and go big on them, they run a lot of heavy base defense, and but then their nickel defense is good. They have Hamilton back there who's kind of can play safety, dime, nickel, so you got to find him as well. Roquan kind of gets them all lined up, so it's a great front, and like you said, especially in the run game, but they're pretty formidable in the pass rush and stuff as well too.
Joel, how much on game day do you have conversations and interaction do you have with Ken? I mean, I know you're obviously going talking to Andy and Roy more, but do you have much, in terms of, hey, input? This is what I'm seeing
on game day.
On game day with Ken?
Yeah, no, very much. I mean, he's around. Like we see him in the halftime, he'll talk or say something. But like if I have something going on, I'll usually tell Andy or Roy, and they'll let them know. But I don't really interact with them like one-on-one like that.
Joel, you touched on it a little bit, but how good was it to see Wyatt back out there yesterday, just kind of as he's come back from his injury?
Yeah, it's great. He's worked hard. Like I've said, we have a couple tough injuries, but he's really focused on trying to get back, and he can be a spark too, like the way he plays and finishes guys, and so we're excited to see him out there. Hopefully as the week goes on, he keeps feeling better and better. But it's always good to get your guys back.
Nick talked about having to shake off the rust. Chuck, he thought he was a little rusty in that first game. Do you just see him getting even better as we move forward, and even maybe yesterday in practice?
Yeah, I think so. He, I think he's a tough grader too, on himself. But I think you don't play for that long. You're coming off injury. All the, hype for what it was worth. I mean, like he deserved the hype, but all the hype and stuff I think adds to the first game, and so I think you'll just see him continue to get more and more comfortable.
You mentioned you hope the guys just take things week by week. Is that easier said than done to not look ahead and not let things spiral?
Yeah, it is easier said than done. And I do think, Coach Stefanski does a really good job of keeping us focused on that. And if you want to be a team that competes in the NFL, like I think you have to do that even when it's going good. The 1 week at a time, like everything changes so much, injuries, different opponents that you're playing. Like it's a marathon, but each week is a sprint. So you have to be really focused on the task at hand each week. Thanks.
Right?
How much different with Derrick Henry is their offense? Did they do anything schematically more different to kind of play Lamar off of Derrick in that offense?
Yeah, it's a couple things that's different, but you know they just try to tailor to the kind of runs that he's good at. You know, he kind of like to stay on the track and keep it that way. So we kind of got a game plan around that. But like they got a dangerous 1-2 combo back there. It's pretty working so far. Yeah.
Where does Derrick rank in terms of maybe one of the tougher players to bring down in the open field?
Yeah, he's big. You know, he's pretty big. He got size on. We're just gonna put Dewan as scout team running back and just let him give us a good look.
And yet, you guys have had success against him in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Taking one screen pass that beat you, but other than that, does the game plan for him change now that he's teamed up with Lamar?
Yeah, I mean you gotta account for both, but like I said, you know, we kind of know what runs he's good at, what runs they like to run with him, what's been working for them. So have a good idea what they try to attack us with. So I mean, it's two good players, but it's just scheme at the end of the day.
Francis, what about the way Lamar is playing this year, especially in these last 5 games that they won? It seems like he's maybe even on another level for his normal output here.
Yeah, they've been doing well. So they hot right now. It is what it is.
You guys have played Lamar so much. Do you ever get used to kind of what he does, or is it always just difficult to go against him?
Yeah, we're very familiar with what he does. But, you know, we got to prepare every week and, I mean, every time we play him, of course, just like we do any other team. But since we see him so much, we're familiar with his game a lot. But, you know, he's going to make some plays. This is what he does. That's why, he was MVP. So, great player.
Does it look like Mark Andrews is back to form? He's had kind of a quiet last 2 years.
Yeah, I think that Likely is showing up more. I think that he's kind of becoming their more go-to guy. But you know, it's two good tight ends out there.
What are you drawing at 1 and 6 to get yourself ready for this game?
Say again?
When you're 1 and 6, do you like dig a little deeper to get yourself ready to play?
Nah. Because we could be 11 and 6 at the end of the year. So what happens if we do that? Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.